Hello everybody, my name is DySyncZ, and once again this is going to be more of the Challenger Circuit series. I talked a little bit more about what it would be about, what I'm kind of hoping to provide in my last video for Europe, so you can go ahead and check that out on my channel. I'll be sure to provide a link in the description as well. But this is going to be my discussion about North America, and this week for North America, brief note before I begin. There's a SBL Gatekeepers, they're the only team in Challenger Circuit without a logo, so I went ahead and gave the General a cigar and an army hat, and that's the logo for the SBL Gatekeepers for this one, subject to change in future one, and probably will whenever they actually get a logo. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about what happened this past week, starting off with the biggest surprise, biggest surprise in North America, second biggest surprise in Challenger Circuit. The Gatekeepers lost a game. The General Payne and his troops took on Monkey Business, and, well, Monkey Business is able to sneak a game off of them. But, of course, that was a huge surprise to me, honestly. Payne de Viande, this is the exact type of team that he loves. Manda Warrior, Grave, Moswall, Day to Remember. Moswall, the only one that has made it into the SBL before, and he was on Noble, and it also wasn't for very long. He ended up getting replaced for Adero. Grave, Manda Warrior, Day to Remember, and even Moswall, widely unproven players. You know, talent's been touted and whatnot. I personally really like Manda Warrior. I like Day to Remember. I like Moswall. Grave has had attitude issues, but he's on a team with Payne de Viande, and this team fits him better than his other team did, because I think Benji, Chaos outgrew him. They really did outgrow him. Benji already did it once by leaving, and Chaos, he didn't need that general figure anymore. He was putting his faith in Verizial, Scream, Shattered, whatever his name is. Panda Cat kind of the same way. So now you have this new team of unproven players that Payne can take up, and he did it last week, but going up against Monkey Business with some roster swaps out. Donnie Dorito, that's Homie G, just in case anybody was confused. This is a team with a lot of players. Notably Viper in the mid lane. Viper's been around the Challenger scene for a while, and he's been swapping between mid and support. And I like him better in mid, but he looked last week really, really rusty on it, and it seems as though maybe this was a recent change for him. Vivian, after being made available from dropping for Noble, was picked up by this team. They split last week, but they did so against DogOne, who I think is a worse team than the Gatekeepers. But they split this week. So what does that say about the Gatekeepers? Well, my video here is going to show game number one, where the Gatekeepers, they did win this one, and I think this is a good example of how they'll win games. Manda Warrior is just kind of fighting against people, taking damage. Manda Warrior does not really care. This is where he'll like to be. He likes to be this frontline presence, likes to be tanky, likes to bully out people. And because they all put so much effort into him, Moswall will still die to Viper, but now all of a sudden these pillars of Dharma coming out from Payne de Viande just caused such a huge problem. Vivian is forced out. Meanwhile, Day to Remember solos out Bud Pop's side. Note, but Donnie Dorito also falls to Manda Warrior. They tried so hard to kill him, and they also tried very, very hard to kill Moswall. And while they were able to get both of those kills, not really worthwhile at the end of the day. And that was just the Gatekeepers straight up beating Monkey Business, as they can do. Game number two, though. This is Monkey Business. They're already out to a lead kill-wise, but as you can see, gold-wise, only 1,500, not that big. They sneak a Gold Fury here, and this is something that the Gatekeepers have historically done very, very well. Well, any Payne de Viande team. And this is where I get concerned. Grave just goes in, and he's completely by himself. He dashes in aggressively, and he gets blown up. They didn't need all those ultimates. They really only needed the Fear No Evil to kill him. But once again, I accidentally sneak on into the next round. They only really needed the one ultimate to kill him, but still, that's got to be concerning. Grave ends up dying a whole lot this game. As you can see, already 5 deaths to his name, and a lot of that was simply down to over-aggression. So that's where the Gatekeepers really kind of fell apart. So that needs to be kept in check moving forward for the General and his troops. But overall, still, decent performance out of the Gatekeepers, but some concerns moving forward. This half of the split matters a little bit less, and then they're probably going to make it through. They just have to win one more game, and they're guaranteed to not have to play in relegations. However, we move on to our next set, and this was, again, a split. This split also surprised me a lot. DogOne coming in with their roster: Yosomi, Panda Turtle, Shadow Chair, Collateral, Benny Q. This was originally going to be a CC team until Gilliar decided, you know what, let's call these boys up. So he, of course, left the captain slot up to Gilly. He decided to kind of like acquire them. It's almost like an org acquiring a new team for their spot. But they're taking on Trash Can, who week 1 got dumpstered, and they played against the Gatekeepers. I was not impressed with them at all. This is a kind of a ragtag squad of misfits, and I actually don't have the correct roster listed here. The support isn't Felix for this game, but you'll see. A lot of renames: Raul, Fierno, Felix, Quig, Udis, Cope, Stopping Power, iFates, Megxiety. It's Megxiety. You know who Megxiety is. Captain of this team. I hate them all for renaming. Just throwing that out there. But once again, Udis got dropped from Noble, so he was made available. I think I might have said Vivian got dropped from Noble. I meant ALG, but Udis got dropped from Noble. Ends up on this team in the mid lane. Multi-role player. Yada, yada, yada. This was an interesting set because it exposed a lot about DogOne and Trash Cans at the same time. So let's get into the gameplay. And in game number 1, it was DogOne drafted what I would expect them to draft. A pick composition with players like Panda Turtle and Collateral. Highlighting this team, I fully expect just pick after pick after pick being what is preferred to be looked at here for DogOne. So they go ahead and they draft themselves a pick composition. Ares, Collateral, he loves Ares. And what they do here, you cannot see it, unfortunately, on camera and a production, am I right? But they go ahead and they find the kill onto Stopping Power. And stop me if you've heard that one before. I joke, iFates has died a lot historically in games, but they find the kill onto him. It's a pick kill. You get the 3 people over there. Get the Awilas, you burn through really no ultimates, actually. They just straight up get that kill, catch him completely out of position. And then instantly, they turn it around and they go right for the objective. The ISIS is very, very good at securing these, especially towards this stage of the game. Early game, not so much, but one-man army, who was the replacement for Felix this game. Don't know if that is permanent or whatnot. Go try it, makes his best attempt, but that's pretty much just what they did throughout the whole game. I can't point to one moment and say, this is where they went up 5k gold, because they just did it, doing that over and over again. Towards the end of the game, this is kind of a low-light shout-out for DogOne, honestly, but it's one that I'm okay with in this scenario. Collateral, he goes down after they manage to find the pick on a roll, and now they go ahead, they snag the Phoenix here, and they're going to push forward. I'm okay with what's going to happen here, where a lot of them turn their attention towards the Titan, but it's a little bit split. Yosomi, though, the only one really going for it. Panda Turtle, Benny Q doing what they can. Yosomi staying on the Titan. He's trying to do it, but Stopping Power, he just left unchecked, chases down Benny Q in the backline. Shadow Chair also just gets blown up instantly. Mantle of Discord, just proccing right there, really saves Yosomi's life. And Panda Turtle, ever the opportunist, notice that the Titan never de-aggro thanks to minions. Yosomi actually has not fallen yet. My apologies, I thought he actually dies there. But Panda Turtle just goes ahead and he finishes off the game. Low light shout out, but it's a good thing in this game because they were so focused on the Titan, they just ignored everything, left stuff unchecked. They got so focused on one thing that they ended up being totally fine with it. Okay, that's good. Let's go to game number 2, shall we? As soon as this Titan dies. So here we go. This is a low light shout out to DogOne. And this is why I'm honestly giving more credit to DogOne for Trash Cans winning than Trash Cans for winning. Right here, this is a great opportunity for DogOne to blow this game open. They got this Gold Fury fight. They're looking for it right here. They got out some early ultimates already. Hudis doesn't have one. Raul does still have his, I believe. Yes. And anyways, ultimates gets down. And there you see, apologies, I was trying to not call them by their other names, and I accidentally forgot to speak here. There's the Kraken, hitting nothing. There's the Typhoon, hitting nothing. And there's DogOne, running away with nothing. They just completely botched that fight. If they get off a good fight there, then they win the game. Likely. So now jumping ahead a little bit further, let's see what happens when Trash Cans get this opportunity. So notice, DogOne dump all of their abilities into one-man army. All of them. There's the ultimate coming out from Shadow Chair. I believe the Suns maybe get dropped there. Anyways, they're all grouped up. Raul still has his ultimate, so he goes ahead and puts it on there. And everybody else just eats every other bit of damage. And the ultimate from Panda Turtle also kind of goes to waste. Left unchecked over the wall. Hudis able to hit the ultimate. DogOne just got so focused on killing the support that they kind of ended up throwing the game right there. They even had a slight lead, 1,000 gold. Now Trash Cans, it's their turn to get 1,000 gold lead. The fight rages on for a little bit longer. Nothing really happens though. I think that DogOne, in the words of DJ Khaled, congrats, you played yourself. DogOne, they ultimately lose that one. That was kind of the last good fight that DogOne would have an opportunity at. Trash Cans, props to them for playing decently with their lead, but it's a lead they probably shouldn't have had in the first place. So, let's talk about the next match. I think this is going to be Split City. North America is great at splitting everything in Challenger Circuit. They did it last split. They did it last week in the Challenger Circuit, but I think DogOne taking on the SPL Gatekeepers, this is actually a much more even fight than people are going to give it credit for. I think DogOne is a very, very good team, and I'm not saying that just because I like the players. I think that this is a team with a lot of potential. It's got a lot of high-level CC players, and I think that if they draft what they like to do and they don't make mistakes, they can definitely take one game off the Gatekeepers. I don't think they can get two, though. I really don't think they can get two. If this is a 2-0, it'll be for Pain and the boys, but Pain and the boys only need one game, and DogOne also need a game if they want to keep their dreams alive of not getting relegated. If they get 2-0, then they're in a bad, bad way, because Monkey Business would then also have to get 2-0'd by the Trash Cans, and then they'd fight it out. But despite how much crap I talked about Trash Cans, they showed that when they got a lead, they played fine with it. It's really just that issue for them of getting to the point where they have that lead. I think one-man army isn't the solution. I don't know if he was a sub or not, but I do think that he isn't necessarily a great solution. They just need to play smart. They just need to play together. They just need to do what I know that individually all of these players can do. They need to do it as a unit and snag one off of Monkey Business as well. So that has been my North American rounds. Once again, pick splits if you want that FP. If not, you can yell at me somewhere else. But hope you all enjoyed this. Once again, if you have any feedback on how I should be formatting this and whatnot, please leave it in the comments below. This will be a growing series, and I will be sure to listen to absolutely everything. However, until next week, I will see all of you then. Bye!